Football talks. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. The biggest mistake, or one of the biggest mistakes any team playing against Chelsea can make, is to assume that the quality of their play or how well they are playing is what will probably determine the results. That's one of the biggest mistakes anyone can make against Chelsea. This Chelsea team, they looked shaky in this game. They looked like a team that are trying to develop an understanding with one another, and that's logical because they brought in new players, and when you sign new players, you're always going to need time for those players to understand each other and things like that on the pitch before you can start having some fluid moments. And it was evident that Chelsea were a team trying to this work out things like this. And West Ham as well, they also brought in new players of their own, and this game saw a good number of new players on both sides playing their first games for the club. Paqueta on West Ham's part, Fofana slotting in nicely for Chelsea, and he didn't look too bad. He didn't do too bad in this game, and maybe with a few more appearances or a few more games playing with the rest of the defense, he might be able to develop a good understanding and a good partnership with the other defenders. It looked like a good game for Chelsea, but West Ham surprised Chelsea when they took the lead, and I think this might be a worry for Chelsea now, conceding a good number of goals now from set pieces. Playing against West Ham, you always have to be prepared for a physical battle. There's no other way. There's no other way to put it. Or there's no other way to say it. And I think West Ham overwhelmed Chelsea in that set piece phase. Antonio got the goal, and the goal was allowed to stand. And from then on, it seemed like what happened against Southampton was probably going to happen against Chelsea. But like I said, this team is a team that does you can't judge this team based on things you've seen in the past, not even what you've seen in the last week. This is a team of world class players who have the ability to decide games in just a few moments. And Chilwell was able to get the equalizing goal for Chelsea after what seemed like a harmless moment out of nothing or almost nothing. He reacted so quickly after he fought for the ball, and then he put the ball into the leg in between the legs of the keeper and into the back of the net to have Chelsea back into this game. And from then on, this game could have gone either way. West Ham could have taken this game, Chelsea could have taken this game, but Havertz was brought on as a substitute and he put the ball again into the back of the net. Chelsea got a scare later on in the game when it seemed like Maxwell Cornet had scored, but in the build-up, it was judged that the foul had taken place, and so the goal was ruled out. And Chelsea saw out this game to ensure that Fofana's debut Fofana's debut game ended in a victory. It was a roller coaster of a game, a fantastic game. Although this kind of games are not easy to watch as fans because you'll be so worried and not knowing what can come next because it seems like anything can come at any time. But Chelsea did their best. This West Ham side are a difficult team to beat. This is the team that picks off this is one of the teams that has a good chance of picking up points even against a good team like City. So a win against them is not something to be taken lightly. And I think maybe for Thomas Tuchel, who is something of a perfectionist, he would definitely have points in the game where he would be worried about and thinking Chelsea could have played better. But I think the first thing and the most important thing is to first of all we celebrate this victory and be happy with it because it's not easy to get a result like this against West Ham. A lot in your comments section below. What did you feel about Chelsea's performance in this game? How well do you think they played? How well would you say they played? What do you feel about this result? What do you feel this result means now for Chelsea? Do you feel this will be the beginning of a run? Where do you see Chelsea finishing corner this season? What do you feel is a realistic target for the team this season? Aubameyang has also been brought in, but could only watch from the stands. What do you think? Do you think Chelsea have a squad that are prepared to fight for honours this season? Tell us in the comment section below. Same goes for West Ham as well. The Mayors wouldn't have been happy with this result because they would have been expecting at least to get a point. And West Ham, they put in a good shift, a dedicated performance and a committed performance. What did you feel about West Ham performance in this game? What do you feel is a realistic target for West Ham this season? Where do you see them finishing come the end of the season? Those in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. I look very forward to hearing from you again next game day. Goodbye and God bless.